Okay, I'd like to create a sacred space for this interaction and only connect with beings of the highest frequency, love, and light. So I had a message telepathically that we were connected with a being. So are we connected with this being? Yes. And who are we connected with at this time? St. Saint Germain, Saint Germain. Hello, Saint Germain. We haven't talked in a while. So, Saint Germain, what would you like to share with us today? UNDERSTAND, understand. I am INNADIFFERENT, different, FREQUENCY, frequency, but, and can, PROJECT, project, my, CONSCIOUS, consciousness, TO2, INTERAC, to interact, WITH, with, YOU. Okay, I think what you said is understand that I am in a different frequency, but I can project my consciousness to interact with you. Okay. Yes, I'm sure many don't understand, and I certainly didn't either when this first started happening to me, what exactly was happening there. One thing I wondered, Saint Germain, are you able to be in all places at once? And that is a huge yes. So in other words, other individuals in the human experience can interact with you at the same time that you are interacting with me or anyone else. We can all interact with you simultaneously. Yes, okay. And what's the main reason for that? WERONEIONC, consciousness. We are one consciousness. Would you say that we are one consciousness individuated or something like that? So we are kind of like unique expressions of one consciousness. Would that be a way to say that? Yes. Okay. Okay. Thank you for explaining that, Saint Germain. Is there anything else you'd like to share with us? ALWAYS, always, LOOK, look, WITHIN, within, YOURSE, LF, yourself, FREQUENCY, O-R-4, A-N-S-W-E-R as answers, N-O, no, M-A-T-T-E-R, matter, W-H-A-T, what, Y-O-U-A-R-E-R-T-O-L-D. Okay. Always look within yourself for answers no matter what you are told. Okay. And it does, we've talked about this with other divine beings, that there are false narratives being propagated by some, not all, but some. And some of those false narratives are coming from places that we look for information, like media outlets, news sites, our government, even governments. Some of those messages are not accurate. So what you're saying, I believe, is no matter what we're being told in the 3D experience, we need to use our discernment and look within ourselves to see if this feels like the truth, or if this information resonates with us, or maybe we need to look at it from a different perspective or from a different angle in order to get to the truth. Would that be accurate? Yes. Okay. Is there anything else we can do? Are there any sources really in the 3D experience that we can trust completely? No. INCLUDING, including THIS, this, ONE. I knew you were going to say that. Yes, absolutely. So for anyone seeing this information, and if this is not resonating with you, or if you don't believe it, or if it's not working for you in whatever way, always look within yourself and use your discernment and look for guidance within or wherever you feel is appropriate. Of course, we'd like you to look within yourself, but just because you are hearing this information doesn't mean that it needs to be a truth for you. Would that be a good way to say that, Saint Germain? Yes. Okay. Okay. On that note, are there changes coming? And I know we've talked to many divine beings about this coming year being a really important one for us, for consciousness expansion. Are there specific events coming this year that will encourage us, maybe even force us to use our discernment and look within ourselves for answers? Yes. Okay. Can you provide any more details about what specifically might be coming? Yes. Okay. ASSWEHABE, have, SPOKE, unspoken, ABOUT, about, MANY, many, TIMES, many times, EARTH, earth, IS, is, PURGING, purging, TRAUMAS, traumas, AND, and, SHE, she, WILL, will, BEB, DOING, doing, SO, so, IN, THE, the, NEXT, next, FEWYEARS. Okay. The earth is purging traumas, as we've talked about before, and she will be doing so in the next few years. And that will be in the form of earthquakes, water events, maybe even tsunamis, volcanic events, eruptions. I think I've noticed some eruptions lately. Are there any other ways that the earth can purge traumas? Yes. FIRE, fires. Okay, so fires is another way she is kind of like cleaning the slate, so to speak, and getting rid of her own maybe traumas and lower vibrational energy. Yes, okay, okay. Is there anything else happening in the next few years that you can explain or give us some insight to specifically that will impact us? Yes. A-S as W-E, H-A-V-E, have, A-L-S-O, also, S-P-O-K-E, and spoken, A-B-O-U-T, about, E-T-C-O-N-T-A-C-T, contact, I-S is C-O-M-I-N-G, coming, S-O-O-N. Okay. And Saint Germain, is that in the form of appearances in our physical environment? So that's not necessarily just through meditation, our third eye, or dream states. That is appearances or contact in our physical reality. Yes, okay. Will this be happening on an individual basis more than a group event or something to that effect? Yes, okay, and that's a huge yes. Okay. Can you give us any more details about that? Yes. No, okay. And what I think you're saying is that it will vary so much by individual and maybe where they are on their ascension journey that it's impossible to address it as a whole. Would that be accurate? Yes. Okay. Okay. Is there anything else we should be aware of or think about as these changes are coming and as 2026 is on the horizon? Yes. K-N-O-W, no. T-H-A-T, that. W-E, we. L-O-V-E, love. Y-O-U-U, A-N-D, and. W-E, we. A-R-E-R, H-E-R-E, here. T-O-2, S-U-P-P-O-R-T, support. Y-O-U. Understand that I think what you said is always know that we are here to, or we love you and we are always here to support you. Okay, okay. Thank you, Saint Germain. Is there anything else you'd like to add at this time? Yes. W-E-A-R-E-R-C-O-N-T-I-N-U-A-L-L, I continually, G-R-A-T-E-F-U-L, grateful, F-O-R-4, T-H-I-S, this, C-H-A-N-N-E-L, channel, A-N-D, and, W-E, we, L-O-V-E, love, H-E-R. Okay. Thank you, Saint Germain. Absolutely. I am just a light worker here to help share these messages, and I'm happy and grateful to have the ability to do so. So sending you much love and gratitude, Saint Germain. We will look forward to checking in with you soon.